Just first off, what's your thoughts going into this game?
I think it's a game we should really relish. I really do. It's a sort of free hit because we thought we weren't through, but now we find ourselves as a brilliant opportunity, and we've got to look forward to the game, play with an energy, enjoy the cup tie, because we've got a real opportunity that we thought we wouldn't have. And a lot of that's down to I've got to give my secretary, Fiona McWilliams, a huge mention. She was the first to notice it, and that was a big reason why we were through the tie. Obviously the SFA have got to do their job, but my secretary, I'm lucky I've got a brilliant secretary here who was on it, noticed it, and that's a big reason we are where we are.
Because obviously it's, money obviously plays a part into it as well, and obviously it brings you closer to Hampden.
Everything comes with it. It's the finance, it's the opportunity to then, if you did get a cup upset, and that's why we've got to really look forward to this game, then there's an opportunity, you get a big team and a big crowd, and that's more finance. So we have got to grasp this. It was a hard fought cup tie. I mean, it's not as if Queen's Park played us off the pitch. They did well to beat us 2-0, but it took 2 late goals to do that. So it was a hard fought cup tie, and we're grateful to get the opportunity.
Just on to Livingston then, obviously sitting 4th in the Premiership. I think they've conceded 4 goals in their last 4 home games. What are you kind of expecting from them?
They're doing well, they're playing with a confidence. Watched their game last week against Kilmarnock, and the game was over before half time, just because of their sheer intensity, their movement, and they've got quality as well. So we're going to have to be at our very best to give them a right good cup tie. But that's what we're looking to do. We're confident going there because we should be, because we did what we did to them earlier in the season. Now they're in a different place, but we on our day we can give teams like Livingston a game if we're at our very best. So looking forward to it. Nothing but positivity going into this one.
What's the build-up been like this week going into it, and I suppose just obviously the circumstances around it, does it intensify it at all?
Not really, no, but we're always in upbeat mood with the training, just the usual, quick, sharp, enjoyable. The boys are really looking forward to it because they thought they'd blown it against Queen's Park, because we realised it was an opportunity to get into the 5th round and we were beaten. So sometimes you get a second chance. I think you've got a second chance. Sorry, you've got to take it.
Just with obviously the return of some younger players coming back from loan clubs on January, and obviously adding to the already kind of young squad that you've had, do you think that adds a bit of unpredictability to Inverness that clubs might not be expecting?
In terms of people don't know what they're like, maybe. I think change can do that. Different players, what I'm up against today, Livingston have changed a few as well, so sometimes that brings that, and you see that maybe if you're alluding to the Morton game when they didn't really know what Ethan Cairns was all about, and suddenly there's one thing I can tell them: Ethan Cairns is a natural goal scorer. He's a young lad, he's got loads to learn, but my word, when he gets chances in training, there's one thing I knew: he can score goals, and he had so much to do with his equaliser. So yes, it's brought good things, but they're cup tied, so it doesn't really matter for this game, does it? Because the boys we've had out on loan are cup tied, so we can't use them. But as far as the young boys coming back here, they've been really good for what we needed in our time we need. They've been brilliant for this club.
Just finally then, I know last time you spoke about your own kind of Scottish Cup experience. Do you think you'll be, or have you been kind of relaying that on to the young players who will be playing?
No, I got asked that question before the Queen's Park game, and I gave you my answer, because I've been there in the exceptional highs and the exceptional lows, so I know what this cup's all about, and you just have to look at Aberdeen Darvel the last round. So shocks can happen, and I just want us to be. I want us to be at our very best. I want us to be energetic, exciting, really play with an energy and a pace, because it's an opportunity that we thought we wouldn't get, and we've got that opportunity. So what do we just do just, well, we shouldn't really be here, we'll go out meekly. No chance. Looking forward to it. Bring it on, that's what I say.
Good stuff.
The fact that you have got the second chance, do you think it does make the side more determined than ever to progress?
I think determination comes into it because you realise you've got an opportunity you thought was gone, and that determination should go, oh, we've got a second chance. That's human nature, isn't it? You go, oh, second chance, let's take it, let's be more determined this time, let's have no slip-ups, because we gave away, that's another thing about the Queen's Park game. It was a hard-fought game, we weren't at our best, but we had great opportunities within the game, and then we handed them the 2 goals. So the one thing we've got to cut out in this tie, because they've got quality, is mistakes, and we've made mistakes the last 2 games, bad ones, and that affects confidence, and that's why I want a high energy. I want us to play with a real just a real tempo and a real pace, because I think sometimes confidence affects that, and you could see it a wee bit against Morton after the Queen's Park game. I don't want it to go on any longer. I want us to make sure that we're nice and solid at the back and playing with a nice pace and tempo. So yeah, determination and all that, which it comes in, it factors in. We're really looking forward to the cup tie. I think a lot of people have written us off. I think that because Queen's beat us, then they think, oh well, Livingston will do the same. Bring it on.
You said yourself, you know the highs and lows of the Scottish Cup, but your players have, that feeling of being knocked out is still quite raw in your players. So do you think that can be used to your advantage and perhaps makes you more dangerous?
I'm hoping so. I can't guarantee it, because we've got to realise we're up against a really good Premier League team who David Martindale has done brilliantly. Because they've had their times when they've faltered, and he keeps on turning it round and churning it round. I always say that's your hardest job as a manager, and he's certainly done that, and then they're in good confident form. But if you're asking me just straight off the bat, could we go and beat Livingston? Absolutely, but only if we're at our best and we stop the mistakes we've been doing against Queen's Park and Morton. And that's why I want that energy and tempo and real freshness and upbeat performance. I really need to get that back into side, because the mistakes we've made have sort of cost us that confidence, and it's like a wariness at times, I feel, where we can't have that against Livy because they are a Premier League team. So confidence is key, as you know. You can't keep making mistakes. We've got to cut it out, and I'm sure we'll be okay.
Cali have a fantastic history in the Cup. Think about that. Do some of the players think about that going into a Cup run?
I wish I could answer that. I'm sure. I know when I played in the Cup as a player that I always thought about it, what, playing a Scottish Cup final. Some of these boys did, and they can give their experience to the players. I'm not sure now it's the case, because if they keep on doing it, you're saying, alright, bore off, because you've given me enough. But there's times like this you've got to draw on the experience as well, and these boys are idolised here, and rightly so, because they've created history. And as I said to you last time, it's up in those walls, and this is why when you realise you get a chance like this, because not every team gets it. There's been a certain few where they've got knocked out of the cup and they've come back in because teams have played players that they shouldn't. We don't like going through this way, I have to emphasise that, but what a chance we've got, and I don't want us just to let that go meekly. I want us to really go and grasp it.
Okay, thank you, Billy. All the best.
Cheers.
Billy, you talked about pace and determination and tempo. You got that against Livingston in the last game, didn't you? So there's probably no reason why we can't get down and do something similar this Saturday.
Aye, we were nice and fresh in the season, early doors, and I know you were there, and we played really well. I thought we really took the game to them. We dominated large spells apart from and they should have, because they went down to 10 men, but I thought we were playing well before that, and then with their 10 men they come right back into and missed the penalty. So I thought we played really well in that game, and I want a similar type performance, Stevie.
So also the underdogs, obviously, but is that something that the boys can grasp? Obviously, you said we maybe shouldn't be in the competition, but we've also got to grasp it. But is that a sort of mantle that we can take and hold above the boys to try and prove people wrong that we're capable of doing something?
Yeah, but I don't think we're underdogs. It'll be difficult. We have to respect our opponents who are doing really well. But I think Inverness Cali, with the team, with the best team I can put out, is certainly not to be sniffed at, and they think, oh well, we're through the tie. I hope they do. I hope they do. But I know what we're capable of doing, and I know we're our best team and our best performance. There's a few teams should think this is a tough one, and I'm hoping Livingston think the same. So that's the frame of mind I've got. I don't think it's a huge gulf, and I know that we can do it if we're at our very best, but it's going to take a huge performance.
And how's the team for Saturday? Any boys coming back in? Any doubts?
I might get a few. There's another week's training coming into the squad. Maybe have to go on the bench, but we're getting there, which is great news, especially for the final push, which I'm looking forward to. But there's a few where they're really pushing to come back in, but we've got to be careful. We don't want to just put them in too quickly and rush them after a long period's out. But you can see the way I've done it with like your Allardyce and your Cameron Harper. It was a half hour trying to build up. I probably wouldn't have given them the full game, but Sean Welsh picked up a little niggle as well for that game, and I had to play the two of them, so I've got to try and judge it, Stevie. But we've got a few available.
Perfect. Good luck for Saturday, mate.
Cheers, Sam.
Congratulations, Billy, on your award. Yourself and Billy Mackay. Great for the club, and shows the form you've been on since the turn of the year. Yeah,
I'm still disappointed with the Morton game, because I'd love to have won it. I think we've got to be fair, but I think the previous month before that, I mean, beating Cove 6-1, Arbroath 4-1, getting a 0-0 in a brilliant game against Queen's Park, could have gone either way, and then getting a really hard work, coming from behind twice point against Wraith. I said it's all down to my players. We can set them up and put them out there, but I know it's the old adage and the manager thanks his players, but I do. My staff and my players are huge in terms of the 4 results we've got, just to get back in there. I know we dropped a place at the weekend, but we got a point closer to teams as well, so we're bang there, which a place where we thought we might not have been if the injury situation had continued, but things are getting a wee bit better.
And just a quick word on Billy Mackay as well. He's shown that he's as clinical as ever, isn't he? If he gets a chance, he'll invariably take it away. He's
in a great place. I love watching him when he's like that. I'm sure the Inverness fans love watching him. I want him to be all action. I've said that to him. I don't just want him to get his goal and that's enough. Billy Mackay's been exceptional, and to be honest with you, the 3 games in a week there, I wouldn't like to have played him the 3. I said that to him, and I like to give him a rest, because sometimes it takes the edge off him, especially somebody his age and as a striker. But you can see he was still dangerous in the 3 of them, and he got a really good equaliser against Morton, and he was even dangerous against Queen's Park. But 3 games a week, I don't think it's fair to players like Billy to churn them out, but watching him, I'm loving watching him. That's the best compliment I can pay him.
Great, best of luck for the game on Saturday. Thanks, Bill.
Cheers, Chucky.
Hi, Billy.
Well,
I was wondering if you just give an update on Ben Woods. He's been missing the last couple of games. Has he got an injury?
Yeah, he's picked up a little ankle injury. I mean, he said that I feel for the boy, because he's never had an injury. And he's come up here and picked up one. We got him back, and then he's picked up another one. He get clattered in training. It's just one of those things. There's nothing we can do about it. We're hoping to have him back in a couple of weeks. It's not a long term, but it's frustrating, because the lad was full training, got himself fit, and it's just one of those things. There's nothing you can do about it. He got a tackle in training, and it's kind of hurt his ankle. So we're looking to get him back in the next few weeks.
And just Livingston, maybe I can compare them in size to Thistle. They're 4th in the Premiership. Does what a club like Livingston are achieving in the top flight give clubs like Thistle an inspiration if they get to the top flight? Yeah,
you've got to get there though to then get the financial reward, and then you can build. It's a jigsaw you piece together, and of course Thistle would love to be there. We got within 45 minutes of it last season. and just to get that so we can build would be brilliant. But every club's the same in this division. They're saying, right, if we can get up, then you get the Premier League money, and then it's about building, stabilising and staying in the league, and we're all hoping for that. And I'll tell you what, you look at Livingston and how they've done it, and they've stayed there, and with not a huge support, brilliant support with the numbers that go, but not a huge support, and that's the way to do it, isn't it? And I think it's a good model to base yourself on.
Best luck at Saturday, Billy. Thanks very much. Cheers.
Cheers, Will.